What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. Guys, first of all, forgive the way my hair looks right now. I'm not wearing a hat, as you can probably tell. So yeah, consider this a little bonus for you guys today. Terry not wearing a hat. This is what it looks like, and it doesn't always look like this, okay? I don't know what's going on here. It looks like I took a curling iron and like flipped up some of it, but guys, I didn't touch it, okay? I woke up this way, okay? Anyway, speaking of internet memes, guys, today we have a rather serious story that we're gonna talk about today. This was requested to me to react to, and I actually know about this story that we're gonna take a look at. Without actually explaining, let's just take a quick look.
When I got these commercial and advertisement assignments, I was 2 years into my modeling career. I was already getting assignments with big companies. I always thought my modeling work would go smoothly from there.
So we've got a very prominent up-and-coming female model. Looks like she's already got quite the career kicked out for herself. It looks like she's basically got her whole life ahead of her. But then, of course, you know, good things can't last forever, and then everything starts to turn bad.
On the day of the photo shoot, I had a rough idea of what it was about. But I was told the photo would only be used in print media and for one company. I didn't know that it would be used so widely on the internet, and that there would be so many made-up stories about it.
Alright, so let's take a good hard look at this photo right here. The children in this photo, their faces are clearly, well, not clearly, no pun intended, obviously blurred out. I think they did that out of a courtesy to the children, as well as a courtesy to this entire scandal. Basically, what happened was this female model took this job that she didn't really know that much about what was going to be going on for the shoot. I think basically she only knew, you know, the basic idea of it. It's your typical family photo, wife, father, and 3 kids, except in the original photo, all 3 of these kids were photoshopped to actually look unappealing, in a sense to look ugly. Now, out of respect to the model and this entire scandal, I'm not going to show you the original photo either, but if you really want, you could search for it. Now, what this photo shoot originally intended was a simple one-liner advertisement which displayed, the only thing you'll have to worry about is to explain it to the kids. That's pretty straightforward. I think it's pretty much talking about plastic surgery, right? I mean, you have 3 kids who look nothing like the father, nor do they look like the mother. So I mean, what's going on? Okay, it must be plastic surgery. That doesn't seem so bad. But what blew this entire thing out of proportion is the made-up story that came afterward.
They said her husband figured out she had lied to him about not having had plastic surgery done after the kids were born because they didn't look anything like her. Then he sued her and won. When a friend told me about this, I thought it was just rumors.
Okay, so that's the famous story, or the meme. You got a father in the picture who's apparently very confused about his family, his children who look nothing like him or his wife, and he's thinking to himself, you know, like, what the heck happened? So basically the story goes, he sues the wife for not telling him that she had plastic surgery and she looks nothing like what she actually does. And so basically this escalated, you know, to court, and he actually ended up winning, you know, in the story. I don't really know the rest. I think like it went like something like she had to pay like a large sum of money to him or something like that. You know, it's absurd, right? Isn't that the craziest thing you guys have ever heard? People shared that photo, shared the essential story, and it became viral. And because of that, people actually started to believe that it was real. And if it was real, then that would mean the woman obviously got a lot of plastic surgery and looks nothing like what she really does.
People actually believed it and thought this had happened to me. Even my relatives and fiancé's family have asked me about it. This has totally affected my work. People refuse to believe that I have never had plastic surgery. After this, I only got small roles in advertisements. Because of what has happened, I haven't been able to sleep well, and I've broken down many times crying.
Alright, now this is the part of the story that just really upsets me, guys. And, you know, I mean, it should upset anybody, especially, you know, the fact that this internet meme ruined this girl's entire career. Now sure, if you look up the actual meme, which again, out of a courtesy and respect, I'm not going to show it here, but you can look up the original photo, you can look up the meme, whatever. You can see, I guess, the charm in it. Well, not really charm, the humor. You know, you can understand the joke that's involved with that and maybe how some people would find it, you know, slightly entertaining. I'll admit, if it was false, then yeah, I'd probably think it was kind of entertaining as well, but I didn't hear about this until all the rumors were already debunked and it was turned out to be an actual case and this woman's career was already ruined at that point and it wasn't funny to me at all. This gets me so upset just thinking about this, okay? Because you have a poor girl here who literally did nothing wrong, nothing to deserve any of this. But just like that, her whole career, her whole life is just flushed down the toilet like that. Gone.
I decided to speak out because I wanted to give myself some courage to deal with this problem. I can't bear to look at the picture. I hope it will not appear anymore. The children may not use social media now, but it will hurt them when they grow up.
Alright, so that's the end of the clip, and I think that's enough for you guys to basically get the general gist of the story and, you know, everything. So if you just came to find out about this internet meme ruined this girl's career, you know, that's about it. Because right now, I'm just going to share some of my own personal opinions and what I think about this, and you may not agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to keep watching, but this is my reaction to this, and I got a lot to say. Okay, firstly, I don't think there's anything wrong with poking fun or criticizing or making fun of people if it's, you know, a little lighthearted, but especially if it's on the internet. If it's out there for everyone to see, then it's fair game. If you put yourself out there or agree to put yourself out there, then that's fair game. That's fair game for criticism, for jokes, for memes, you know, everything. But something I don't agree with or condone is going after someone's livelihood. Memes are great, okay? Guys, you know me. I love my memes. But you see, it's different when you're just goofing around and you meme someone for fun, and then you meme someone and it could possibly ruin their entire future. I don't know if this is contradictory to what I just said about, you know, free speech and no censorship and fair game, you know, comment on whoever you want on the internet. But, you know, I think there is a line to draw, or at least, you know, a border that we should watch out when it's someone's career at stake. Like, yeah, I get it, you know, I roast people on my channel, I joke about people, and I make fun of them in a sense, but it's all lighthearted humor, and at least I do it to people in a joking way, you know, that you can laugh about it a little bit, and I don't think anyone's career is going to be ruined by any of my videos, because I usually only make fun of people that are goofing around. Now, I don't think that the person who originally made the meme, I don't think that person intended for it to go viral and for her to lose all of her job opportunities and, you know, be like a blacklisted model. I don't think they intended that at all, but that still doesn't let them off the hook entirely, okay? I still think they are partially responsible, as well as the company who came up with this photo shoot to begin with. I'll give you guys an example that may not be the best, but it's like the only one I can think of right off the bat that kind of relates to this. So back when I was younger, I did Taekwondo, I did Judo, I did martial arts for over 10 years, and, you know, I learned how to fight, and as many of you guys may not believe, I was actually a bad kid, you know, in grade school, in middle school, elementary school, even early high school. I got into fights all the time. Basically, in my neighborhood, there were fights going on all the time, almost every day, and I got into a lot of them whether I liked it or not. So yeah, I guess it was a good thing that I was taking Taekwondo and Judo. But anyway, the reason I brought up the martial arts and the whole fighting thing is because while I was doing martial arts, I learned, you know, the punches, the kicks, the blocks, the parries, I learned it all. But I definitely cautiously used some of those moves against people I was fighting, and an example of that is whenever someone would try and go for a punch, there is a way that you can grab their arm, and once you have their arm, you could end the fight so easily by essentially like bringing your elbow down and like snapping their arm in half. There is a move for that I learned. Even though I learned moves like that, crippling moves that would break bones, I never used those on anyone that I got into a fight with, because, you know, at the end of the day, I knew that those kids, I wasn't gonna be mad at them for the rest of my life. However, if I broke their arm backwards where their bone was splitting out of their skin, or I broke their leg or just damaged their kneecap the wrong way, they'd never be able to play football again. They'd never be able to run baseball. Or even if they weren't into sports, they'd never be able to walk the same way again. I don't care if you think that they deserved it. To me, they didn't. I knew that we are all just kids and we're not gonna think like this for the rest of our lives. So getting into a stupid fight, at that age, I don't think that that deserves you to suffer for the rest of your life. If I broke a kid's leg just because I got into a fight with him in middle school and that leg never healed the same way again and he ends up limping for the rest of his life, I mean, does he really deserve that? 10 years later, do you think I'm still gonna be mad at that kid who I got into a fight with in middle school and I broke his leg? You think I'm still gonna be mad at him? No. So it all comes back to this internet meme here that ruined this girl's career. You guys have to be careful when you're, goofing on someone online and you're playing with their livelihood, when you're playing with their job. I don't even know if I'm doing a good job explaining, but I think that's an important, takeaway from this and something you guys should consider when, anyone is just memeing on the internet. You gotta consider their profession, their job, because I mean, this girl's career got ruined, right? A career is essentially a job that you hypothetically can do for the rest of your life until you retire, right? So that it's basically your life, right? So if this girl's career was ruined, that's like saying her life was ruined. And who deserves to suffer and have their entire life ruined, like their entire life? Do you deserve that? Why should anybody get a life sentence over something so stupid? And especially someone like this woman who didn't even do anything wrong, dude, perfectly innocent woman. But yeah, guys, just be careful, consider people, do a little bit of thinking in the long run. Like if you make fun of someone, think about it. Is this gonna hurt them? Is this gonna come back and haunt them for the rest of their life? But yeah, guys, sorry, that was a bit of a rant. That was kind of long. I apologize about that, but I hope I got my points across without rambling too much. Anyway, guys, I sincerely wish this girl the best. Her name is Heidi Ye. I honestly hope that she can get something back of her modeling career or she finds success elsewhere, because guys, this tears me up, okay? This woman didn't deserve any of this, but her whole career was ruined. So please be careful when you're memeing people, all right? All I'm saying. You guys can meme me all you want, okay? Because I mean, I think everyone knows I'm already a living, breathing meme. But yeah, guys, sorry for talking so much. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm really curious, if you guys share any of my opinions, or if you have different opinions, I'd like to hear them, or just what you think about this story in general. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Good night.